So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the Tories, the British government, um, threatening to breach the Northern Ireland Protocol. So depending on the timing this video goes out, they may have actually done it. Breach the Northern Ireland Protocol. It depends. I mean, I make this meme about it. I guess not about Brexit in general. I find it quite funny. It's from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films. Probably my favourite Spider-Man films, to be honest. The EU. I don't want to fight you, UK. The UK. I wouldn't want to fight me neither. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But this is no laughing matter. Flip down a dime. All right, let's see. The EU is negotiating with a partner it simply cannot trust in post-Brexit talks. Ireland's foreign minister has said on Wednesday. The UK said it would unilaterally extend grace periods for the Irish Sea border checks, a move the EU said would breach international law. The EU can't do this unilaterally without you can't do this unilaterally. It needs permission, or it needs to negotiate with the EU. This is something that the UK have been pushing for a while because of how damaging the checks are for Northern Ireland. And let's not forget here that the UK are the ones who set up this deal in this way in order to get the Brexit they wanted. So this is not on the EU once again, this is on the British government. So before anyone twists that. So grace periods mean procedures and checks are not fully applied to certain products. And so if the UK wanted this, they could have negotiated for this during the negotiations late last year, but they didn't. So, so who are you going to blame, really? Northern Ireland has remained a part of the EU single market for goods, so products arriving from GB undergo EU import checks. The first of these periods will expire at the end of March, but the UK said it will extend until October, so this is a unilateral move from the UK. Mr Coveney said progress was being made on the Northern Ireland Protocol and the timing of the UK's move could not be worse. Also, I think Coveney has spoken about how the UK hasn't actually fully implemented checks on products and things like that, or hasn't fully fulfilled our side of the bargain, the UK side of the bargain. So, that's an interesting point I've seen made by Coveney previously. This is why the EU, is now looking at legal action, and the legal action, which means a much more formalised and rigid negotiation process, as opposed to a process of partnership where you try to solve problems together. They're saying that, if you want to do this, then we're going to go through a much more rigorous system where it's not going to be done through cooperation. This is more of an angry separation divorce rather than you can see the kids on the weekend kind of divorce. This is you might not see the kids at all kind of divorce by the looks of things. Conservative MP Simon Hoare, the chairman of the Northern Ireland Affairs Committee, said the UK needed to be alert to Mr Coveney's comments as it's important to maintain trust, but the UK has breached the trust. So, if we go into these joint committees with an atmosphere of mistrust, my fear is that they won't be as fruitful as they could be, and certainly the mood music is going to be in a minor key rather than a major key. I mean, when people talk like this, it just really annoys me. Bruv, we're the ones breaching the trust here, so, you can't be trying to be all neutral, if we go into the joint committees like this, things may not be great. This is the UK causing the problem here. Let's not get it twisted, friend. You don't want to be moving house and then find in the first week that you move in and you're having a boundaries dispute with your neighbour. I mean, we're way past that. Mr Coveney's party leader, Leo Varadkar, who is Ireland's Deputy Prime Minister, I can't pronounce that name of the party, I'm sorry, said the UK's actions were neither the way of a friend nor a respectable, honourable country should behave. Lord Shimmer would have bad words to say about the UK being dishonourable in this way. If you played Ghost of Tsushima, you'd know. Northern Ireland Secretary Brendan Lewis said the UK was taking several temporary operational steps to avoid disruptive cliff edge, and was continuing engagement with the EU through the Joint Committee, the body which facilitates ongoing negotiations between the EU and the UK. I mean, you're just telling the EU what we're doing. I mean, you're not negotiating or communicating. You're just saying we are doing X. We don't care. These recognise that appropriate time must be provided for business to implement new requirements. I mean, you could have pushed for longer grace periods during the negotiation. You chose not to do this. So to come back now and say, we went, you told us not to do this thing, we did this thing, and things are going wrong, so we need your help. And, if you go in a situation like that, no one's going to really want to help you when they warned you multiple times that there are issues here. I don't. This is This is just stupid. This is stupid now at this point. These recognise that appropriate time must be. Oh, we just spoke about that stupidity within the UK's remit. So DUP MP Sir Geoffrey Donaldson said that EU's recent move to trigger Article 16 showed very clearly that it remains within their remit to take unilateral action. I mean, that's not true. I mean, they did try that, but they backed down real quick. They backed down. I think it's an EU Commission. Yeah, someone in the EU Commission said we can do this, and the EU backed down real quick, within hours. Someone clearly had a rush of blood to the head, and then someone else was like, "Bruv, you can't do this," and then whoever that person was who wanted to go with this triggering of Article 16 back down. Like, I've not seen anyone back down that quickly. Not to mention the UK was going to breach the agreement anyways with the internal market bill. So if you want to call it, we'll call it a 2-1. 2-1 dishonourable to the UK for attempting to breach the rules twice. I don't know what more to say on that point. The move by the UK government to unilaterally extend grace periods for Irish sea border checks puts Ireland in an uncomfortable position. Mr Coveney said Ireland was lobbying at the EU level to obtain easements on trade between GB and Northern Ireland. So even the Republic of Ireland are trying to help this situation here. Other Irish MEPs have written to the European Commission calling for an extension, but there will be other member states who will be reluctant to offer any concessions if the UK is going to ride roughshod over the process, because if the EU does give concessions here, it makes the UK strategy of not playing hardball but of breaking the rules, it kind of legitimizes it. So I think what the EU are best off doing, if they do want to give some sort of concessions, is to drag the UK back to the negotiating table and get some concessions from the UK. So in terms of optics, it looks like an equal agreement rather than one side really pushed really aggressively and pushed to break the law here. And got what they wanted. So the EU should be careful when they do this. So on Wednesday, Šefčovič said the UK's move to extend grace periods amounted to a violation of the relevant substantive provisions of the Northern Ireland Protocol. He said the EU would respond in accordance with the legal means established by the Protocol and wider Brexit deal. Following on Wednesday evening between Mr. Šefčovič and Lord the Iceman Frost, the Cabinet Office Minister with responsibility to EU relations. A UK government spokesperson said official level notification of the move was made to the Commission earlier this week. It's the first they've heard about it by the sounds of things. Lord the Iceman Frost has underlined the extension was needed for operational reasons, and such measures were well precedented in other international trade arrangements. I mean, but the thing is, you can talk about precedents in other arrangements, but we're talking about this specific one here. I mean, it's a stupid argument. It's like saying people got away with murder before, why can't I this time? Other people have gotten away with it, so why can't I? And what they were, and that they were entirely consistent with our intention to discharge our obligation under the protocol in good faith. But the UK isn't acting in good faith because we're acting unilaterally. If anything, we're acting in bad faith by doing what we want. But clearly the Iceman knows something I don't. Maybe. Further guidance will be provided, this week on grace period for parcel movements from Britain to Northern Ireland. This is due to end on the 1st of April, meaning all parcels would need customs declarations. A real nightmare if you've got relatives in Northern Ireland you want to send stuff to. So this explains what the Northern Ireland Protocol is. We spoke about it before, but it basically, stops a hard border within between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland by making all customs checks going to making everything that goes to Northern Ireland checked and making sure that it doesn't go into the Republic of Ireland, therefore stopping a border. That's pretty much my kind of memory of the protocol. So yeah. If we go, I just want to show off this class meme again. I don't care if anyone says you can't toot your own horn, I'm about to do it. We've had this protocol has been thought up since 2019, so they've had over a year, probably a year and a third maybe, to actually figure out what to do about this, and they haven't. So what makes you think by giving them an extra 7 months they're going to figure things out when it comes to customs and stuff? They've had over a year. So my thought is they're just trying to buy time because they know how toxic Brexit is becoming with this, especially because we see here that Brexit, loyalist paramilitary groups renounce Good Friday Agreement. So loyalist paramilitary groups have told the British government and Irish governments they are withdrawing support for the Good Friday Agreement in protest at Northern Ireland and the Northern Ireland's Irish sea border with the rest of the UK. So what you can see here is that when when Michael Gove was talking about the EU opening Pandora's box, it was him in 2016 who opened Pandora's box, because now you have the Good Friday Agreement potentially being ignored by members of the unionist groups, and you're going to have a situation everyone wanted to avoid, which is potentially violence in Ireland. The Loyalist Communities Council, an umbrella group that represents the views of UVF, UDA, and Red Hand Commandos. Come on, man, Red Hand Commando, come up with a better name. Wrote a letter to Boris Johnson and Ireland's Taoiseach, I don't know how to pronounce that sounds wrong, Michael Martin, warning of permanent destruction of the 1998 peace agreement without changes to post-Brexit arrangements for Northern Ireland. So, there's a lot running on this stuff here. There's a lot riding on, potential concessions or changes. But I want to stress that this is not, again, this is not on the EU. This is the UK's doing. The EU can give concessions if they wish to, but they weren't the ones who made it. So this kind of Northern Ireland Protocol had to be implemented. It was the British government that did that. So it's very tough to kind of blame the EU on this one. They can give concessions if they want, but the more concessions they give and the more easy they make it for trade for the UK to Northern Ireland, it means that there's a higher chance of goods moving from the UK into the Republic of Ireland as a backdoor route that avoid customs checks and stuff like that, and rules of origins checks. So that's why the I think that's one of the reasons why the EU are reluctant to give concessions. But I don't know what more to say apart from like, comment, share, subscribe, join the Discord, and if you got anything you want to say, add, or requests, video requests or whatever, just stick them in the comments or the Discord, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.